Hi, I'm here with the Executive Director of Pastors for Peace, Lucius Walker, and I thought I'd start out by just asking maybe the obvious question for 2009, the simultaneous coming into power of Barack Obama and then the transfer to Raul Castro down in Cuba. Do you expect those events to make a practical difference right away, or do you think that these sanctions might go on a little while yet?
I certainly hope that Obama will apply his concept of change to the U.S.-Cuba relations. There is no essential value in the blockade. It isolates the U.S. internationally, it hurts Cuban people, and it prevents the normalization of commerce between the two countries, which could really benefit the U.S. right now. Cuba is prepared to buy from the U.S. Under normal circumstances, and so I'm hoping that Obama will take advantage of this opportunity to move towards normalization. Cuba has been open and desirous of normalization of relations with the U.S., and that, of course, has not changed under Raul. It continues to be their hope.
Now, over the last 10 years, even during the Bush administration, you had a lot of business types and agricultural types in the U.S. Some of them were Republicans who were really trying to, end the sanctions or making them less. Did you notice when going there that it was any easier over time to get things done, or did it stay relatively hard all the way through?
The difficulty has always been imposed by the U.S. The Chamber of Commerce types in the U.S. saw the opportunity for the sale of pharmaceuticals and agricultural products, canned goods, to Cuba, and pressured, even under the Bush administration, for some degree of opportunity to sell. However, the unfortunate feature in that was that Cuba was forced to pay cash in advance rather than follow the normal procedures of line of credit that people do when they're buying high volume across international lines. And that chafed and irritated the Cubans because they were being forced to pay millions of dollars in advance without going through the normal procedures. My hope is that those terms will drastically change under the Obama administration, and that the volume of sales will increase. It would really be a major contribution to helping lift, helping to work through the economic crisis the U.S. is in.
If people want to help Pastors for Peace, is providing contributions, financial type contributions, the best way to go, or can you actually also accept goods of different types that you might be able to transfer?
Yeah, we can accept both. As a matter of fact, the caravans, which we take every year, collects materials from people in communities all across the country. On an average caravan now, we will visit 140 communities, which gives ample opportunity for donation of the aid that we can carry on the caravan. And that aid will include buses, such as is being provided here in Colorado Springs by a coalition of organizations working here. But then filling those buses with school supplies, with construction materials, with parts for vehicles, bicycles, computers, powdered milk, just so many different items. We have a full list of the items that we receive and deliver to Cuba. That list can be secured by contacting Pastors for Peace at ifconews.com is our website, and Pastors for Peace email is passtorsforpeace@igc.org. People can call us to give donations. They can give through the website. They can send checks. We welcome support in all forms.
So they could use that same email just for a contribution or to talk to you about some of those supplies.
Oh, yes. If they
Yeah.
have questions about anything regarding the work of Pastors for Peace, they can call us by phone, 212-926-5757, 212-926-5757. Any questions or any effort to understand how to apply for the med school scholarships, which we process on behalf of the Latin American School of Medicine. For people who don't know, this is a scholarship to study medicine, full scholarship provided by Cuba for U.S. youngsters to study medicine in Cuba. We have 17 doctors who have already graduated. We have well over 100 U.S. students who are currently studying and will be graduating over the next years. It's a full scholarship. Tuition, room, and board are covered. There's no obligation except that they return to the U.S. and work in medically underserved communities.
So we always hear about Cuban medical teams going to other Latin American nations for help, but actually there's a fringe benefit here that people that go on this scholarship will be able to help underprivileged communities in the United States.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Cuba offered to send 1,600 doctors to the U.S. After Hurricane Katrina, and they were not accepted by the Bush administration. But well before that offer, Cuba had extended the offer for U.S. youngsters to study medicine on full scholarship in Cuba, and IFCO Pastors for Peace serves effectively as what one would call an admissions office. We receive the applications, we conduct the interviews, and we make recommendations to Cuba, but the final decisions are all made by Cuba.
Now, does your organization do any coalition work with different ecumenical organizations working in other areas, like some of the Christian Witness teams in the Middle East, for example? Do you do much of that?
Yes, we have a long history of working cooperatively with the denominations. Some of them were among the founders of IFCO, and with other religious organizations and ecumenical organizations, both locally and nationally. So we're totally inclusive and seek to work not only with organizations that are motivated for social or humanitarian reasons only, but with religious organizations that see working for normalization of relations between the two countries as a part of their religious commitment as well.
Well, I thank you very much for your time today, and I think with the contact phone and the email, people will have a lot of ways to being able to get a hold of you and contributing. And I appreciate all the efforts you're making, both going down to Cuba and going throughout the country to let people know about this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Just for people to remember, call us at ifco@igc.org or the phone number 212-926-5757. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share.
And thank you. Bye.